I am so proud to say that I'm just celebrating 5 years with this fabulous company. But stick around, because over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to take you through the company's successes and credibility, the world-class products, the amazing results, and the rewards and the options that are available to you. So guys, Herbalife found me back in January 2017. I was overworked, overeating, overdrinking, very happy in life, but very unhappy with the body that I had. Previous to Herbalife, I was your typical yo-yo dieter. I had tried everything. At my heaviest in my life, I was 18.5 stone in a UK size 2022. I'm obviously not that now, but I've been taught so much about health, about my body, and I no longer have to yo-yo diet, which is amazing. But less about me and more about why you're here tonight. So you're here tonight to check out why Herbalife. Let me tell you a little bit about the company facts. We were founded in 1980 with over 40 years of success. We're available in 95 different countries. We're approaching $9 billion of revenue, and we are the world leader in science, research, and innovation. I didn't know any of that when I found this company, when I found this products. All I knew is that I just wanted to be healthier and I wanted to lose some weight, and how lucky I was to be able to join something like this. The science, we have over 300 experts and doctors in nutrition and science. They're guided by research, driven by quality, and there are no compromises at all when it comes to these products. We deliver excellence on absolutely every level. All of our products have what we call seed to feed traceability. That means that our farmers seed the fields, we cultivate the land, we ensure the quality, and it's all guaranteed throughout. So it comes straight from the company, straight into our mouths, which is amazing. And we know the journey that everything that we put in our mouth has been on. We're partnered with over 150 different athletes and teams. We are partnered with, National Olympic Committees, Olympic teams. And you might recognize this guy on here, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, I don't have abs like him, but I do get to use the same products as him, which is just amazing. So the challenges that we're facing today, well, you'd be forgiven if you had one of these apps on your phone. I think most of us have, that you can see here, but most of us are making, or many people in life are making, the wrong choices. This includes over consuming high calorie, low nutrient processed foods, fizzy drinks, sugary snacks. And like I said, we've all got these apps on our food, and we have literally at our fingertips now the ability to just press a few buttons and we can have food to our doors within 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And that food, it's processed, it's sugary. Do we still have a takeaway? Absolutely, but maybe not the 4 or 5 a week that I used to have in the past. And we have the solution. So the solution that we have is multi-award winning products. It's not certificates that I'm printing out on the printer that's behind me here. They are award-winning products given to us by people like Men's Fitness Magazine, Women's Fitness Magazine, Nourish Awards, and that is for our nutrition products and our skincare products alike. And the products are for everyone. Okay, so I'll just tell you a little bit about my household when I tell you that they're for everyone. My daughter is 19. She's away at university studying law. Every single morning she will have her shake and her vitamins. I can't control anything else that she does in her life, but I can control that and help her with that. My nana, who lives with us, who's got dementia, she also has a shake of vitamins or active mind complex in the morning. So, and then you've got myself and my partner that use them. So we've got different generations just in our household. And the people that use them usually fall into our 3 main customer groups: weight loss and shape change, so helping you to either maintain or lose weight or gain weight, change that body shape. Health and wellness, maybe you're looking because you want more vitality, you want better digestive and gut health, you want some immune support. Or fit and active, you want to improve your sports performance, improve your recovery, improve your strength and stamina. So whatever it is that you're either using them for or looking at this for, we've got you covered in each of these categories. And most of us will start the day in the same way and in the right way with our core products, which is our aloe, our tea, and our shake. So this is going to give you all the different vitamins and nutrients that your body needs. It's going to give you energy, and it's going to help hydrate your body as well. We also have additional products, so things like we have a vegan friendly range, smarter snacking. I love the fact that with my snacks most days I get to have a bag of protein chips and a chocolate bar, which is just, that suits me absolutely fine. It's super easy and I can just throw them in my bag and away I go. We've got products for gut health, we've got targeted nutrition, heart health, and immune health as well. So, you know, usually with these products, a lot of people will, you know, look at us and maybe think about us as, you know, a shake company or a sports company, but we have got a world of products behind us. We have over 150 sponsored athletes. We are Informed Sports tested with all of our sports range. So that means that if you are a professional athlete or you are in the military or anything like that, where you do get tested, you can use our sports products safe in the knowledge knowing that you can. All of our products are made for not just athletes. Maybe I am an athlete if I use these products, but I'm not an athlete. I maybe get to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, and I always make sure that I have my pre and my post workout. But as you can see on the screen, we've got products for the 24-hour athlete. But we are more than just a product. When I found these products, I answered what might be classed as a really cheesy Facebook post. I didn't know that along with that, I was going to get a community, a support system, coaching and mentoring. I was going to get, you know, access to online workouts. I was going to access to meal plans and access to people and a coach and, you know, just a beautiful community of people around me that were going to help me get the results, which was the most important thing for me. I'm going to introduce you to 2 very special people right now who are going to share their results with you. And the first one is what some might call my better half, DC. Over to you, DC.
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm DC. I'm 48 years old now, and I've got a design consultancy business, which means I spend most of my day sat at a desk answering emails, looking at drawings. And before Herbalife, I just ate far too much for someone who sits at a desk all day and looks at drawings. Amy would be getting a great result on these products, and I always thought I knew better. She'd been using them for about 18 months, lost God knows how many stone, and she said to me that you've got to try them. Now, I thought she just wanted my opinion, but obviously she looked at that picture, or she could see that at the time and just realised I was a bit fat. Anyway, I decided to try the products, did my own little personal 21-day challenge, and I've been using the products ever since. So that's about 5.5 years now. And then I just found out I had a load more energy and confidence as well. And that means I started to do things that I went from that sedentary sort of lethargic lifestyle I was having to wanting to do stuff to get moving. Since then I've started doing park runs. I run 5Ks, I run 10Ks now. Decided to do some white collar boxing. Came like a distant second in that fight, but we won't talk about that too much. I've since recently decided to cycle from London to Barcelona. Then I cycled from Prague to Krakow. So basically, what comes along with these products and the confidence it's given me is just the mindset that I can do anything that I set my mind to, really. My mantra now is that I can train for anything in 12 weeks. And really, that's it. I haven't looked back. I'm feeling better, and I'm now looking towards the next 50 years of my life being as healthy as possible on these products.
Amazing. Thank you, DC, and definitely getting fit heading towards 50. So thank you. And we're going to introduce you now to a really lovely lady. Jill, are you there?
Hi, I'm Jill Cooper, and I've been using the Herbalife products for 3 years now. I started back in January 2021, and initially I didn't think I was that overweight. But when I took this starting photograph, which is the one on the left, I realised I wasn't happy with the way that I actually looked. At that time, I was perimenopausal. I was very low on energy, and I was feeling very fluffy around the middle. I knew my body was changing, and I just thought I'd got to accept that because I was getting older. Within a few months of being on a Herbalife plan, I could see some fantastic changes. My energy had increased, I dropped some body fat, and I was actually feeling less fluffy around the middle. So I was pleased about that. And I just continued with the plan. And a few months later, I'd lost weight. That took me to my ideal body weight. And I've maintained that ever since. I'm now 55. I'm full of vitality. I feel amazing. And I love the products. I use them every day. I have always exercised. I never got the results that I was expecting in my 20s and 30s. I used to do about about 9 hours of exercise a week, but I never ever had any abdominal muscles. And I must say now I exercise much less than I did, and I've actually got abs for the first time. So you can still get abs in your 50s. I'm 55 now, so that's a tick on my list. I also feel more positive about life. I think being part of a positive community with the Herbalife people, it just rubs off on you. And I've also got more confidence than what I used to have. I've never been one for putting myself in the spotlight. And 3 years ago, I would never have come and done a call like this. So I'm here now tonight. So thank you for that, Herbalife.
Amazing, Jill. Thank you so much for coming on, both of you, Jill. I'm so proud of you. Okay, guys, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the rewards and the options. So you might be watching this and you might be already enjoying the products, and you might be looking to increase your discount, or maybe develop a part-time income, or develop a full-time income even. And we can show you a way that you can do all of that. But let's have a little chat about why there is an opportunity to start with. Well, we're a company that's in high demand. We're absolutely exploding. We've got world-class products. We are the #1 nutrition company in the world. So the only differentiation really is us and you and how we get them out there. So what is it that we actually do? Well, we use the product and we get results. We share our journey and we inspire others to get started. And we invite other people to experience the benefits that are on offer from the product. And we attend trainings to develop our skills. Thinking of and looking at it a bit differently, we're already doing this. So we recommend products and services and different things to our friends and family and people that we know all of the time, and we don't get rewarded for it. So an example of that would be, I live in a little town called Darlington, and there's a new seafood restaurant here, and it's called Saltfish. And if I haven't told at least 20 people since last week or the week before about how amazing this restaurant is, and the restaurant isn't ringing me up or, you know, popping any like thank yous in the post, or, you know, popping any money in my bank or anything for saying thank you for doing that, but I'm still telling everyone about it. So, you know, why not take that upon board yourselves and like get paid for it? So the support, we get access to a wide range of support and training to ensure our success. You get a sponsor and an upline, which might mean absolutely nothing to some of you that are looking at this right now, but it essentially means it's the person that introduced you or invited you onto this call, and they're going to hold your hands and they're going to take you hand in hand through everything that you need to learn. There's regular training days, and that's online and offline as well. So depending on what your learning style is or how you like to learn, there's both. And we've got Facebook groups, WhatsApp group, Telegram groups, everything that you need to, you know, really feel supported in getting started. And our rewards are, the rewards are amazing. Okay, so the rewards are personal, physical, and mental well-being. And for me personally, I don't think that you can put a price on that. If I think back to that person that was laid in the bath in January 2017, scrolling through her phone, you know, looking at that really cheesy Facebook post when she just wanted to lose some weight, the person that I was then and the person that I am now, like physically and mentally, is so far beyond each other. It's unbelievable. We can help our friends and family get healthier. You know, think about my nana, think about my daughter. You heard Jill's story there, and you've seen DC. You get business mentoring and self-development, time freedom, the ability to choose, you know, what you want to do, how you want to build this and what you want to do with it, and additional income. And that additional income is unbelievable. You know, if we think about what's happening in the world right now and how things are changing, I don't know any household right now that wouldn't benefit from having an additional income. And it all starts with the discount level. So if you're here looking for a discount or you want to increase your discount, these are the discount levels that you can see in front of you. We've got 25%, 35%, 42 and 50. And put very simply, gang, it's the amount of the products that you use plus the amount of people that you can help and introduce them to can help move you up the discount through referrals. And you can see Molly there has got herself to 50%. And Molly's decided she wants to take it a little bit further, maybe earn herself a little bit of a part-time income. So Molly's got herself to 50% and she's got 10 customers on a plan, you know, 10 people. And I bet if we all sat back and really thought about it, we would all know, you know, at least 10 people that wanted to get, you know, more fit, active, have better vitality, better well-being. And that would create Molly an income of over £500 a month. Now, think about what you could do with an extra £500 a month. Now, if you want to take it a little bit further, you can then go on and earn some commissions. So this is where you could take it from maybe that part-time income, that extra £500 a month, and increase on that. Or maybe you will look at, you're here tonight because you're thinking, I could actually get a career change in this. I could earn a full-time income without having to drastically change what it is that you're doing now in your life and build it alongside. So commissions essentially means that you maybe go and find a couple of people, you know, that are like you, that want the same things as you. They want to be healthier, they want vitality, they want to use these products, they want to help some other people, and you can earn a commission from the company for that. And it was the extended plan that really got my attention. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my story in a little while, but when I took a look at this, I honestly thought that these incomes here that you can see at the Global Expansion Team and Millionaire Team and President's Team were per year. I didn't realise that it was, you know, part-time, £8,000, it could be per month. So this is the extended plan, and this is what's on the table all the way up to the President's Team. And you might be sat there like I was, you know, back in January 2017 and through 2017 and 18, when my coach would say to me, Amy, why don't you take a little look at, you know, have a little look at this opportunity? And I'd say, no, I don't think it's for me. But something changed, and I realised it was for me, because I didn't have to be a PT to be able to do this, and I didn't have to have a nutrition degree to be able to do this. I just had to have a want to be healthier, a want and a willingness to learn, like Ricky there, who was a lift engineer and is now President's Team, or Adam, who was an account manager, or Tasman, who was a beauty therapist, all started in exactly the same way and have taken advantage of the support and everything that's on offer here. I do want to introduce you to another very special lady tonight. So, you know, thinking about what I was saying about where you could build a bit of a part-time income, or you could take it extra and get those commissions. And someone that's done just that is this fabulous lady. She's in my team. I'm going to hand you over to World Team member Sue McGregor.
Hi everyone. Herbalife found me 3.5 years ago, aged 59 years old. I'd gained weight during menopause, felt lethargic, had a really low mood. I didn't love myself, and I didn't allow anyone else to love me either. I was very skeptical, but I gave the products a try and lost 0.5 stone on my first 21-day challenge. What really made it for me was that within 3 days, my energy had just hit the roof, and I just thought, right, this is something I want to do. I want to help others on their journeys, those who were feeling like me. I talked to a few friends and a few of my family. Many were very skeptical, but a few decided to join me. And at the time I joined, everything was online. We were going through that pesky virus. And I built small communities of people online, taking part in 21-day challenges. Since then, I've seen the opportunity to move into more face-to-face work. And what I'm going to be doing here in Bulgaria is setting up community drop-in centres, and local people can come along and find out more about what we do and how we can help them. And we'll have some challenges with the language, but it's not going to stop me. Nothing stops this girl. I love the events and being able to travel, and also being able to tie the trips in with visiting my family. So obviously I'm over in Bulgaria and I don't get to see them as often as I'd like to. I've developed in the last 3.5 years with my mindset, my confidence, and my sense of purpose. I have a lot more clarity around where I want to be. I love the new lease of life that this opportunity has given me, the new friendships, and being part of this massive Herbalife family where everyone embraces each other and helps each other on their own. And what I would like to do is now help more people on their own journeys, giving them a new lease of life and paying it forward. Also, I'm earning a part-time income of around £1,000 a month, which is very welcome. So Herbalife really has been the best part of my working career, and I wish I'd found it sooner. So thank you so much, Herbalife.
Sue, thank you for taking the time out. I know obviously we are live in the UK right now, but you are 2 hours ahead in Bulgaria. So thank you so much for jumping on. And as promised, everyone, I did say that I would tell you a little bit more about my journey. So you see my result earlier on in the call, and I am celebrating over 5 years with Herbalife. And, you know, previous to Herbalife, I worked in the beauty industry. I I had my daughter at 17 and I worked my backside off my entire life to climb that career ladder as quickly as I could. And at 30, I found myself with a great career, but working 50, 60 hours a week with a boss that I wasn't really getting along with. And truth be told, I never really got along with a boss. So when the opportunity was presented to me in that, you know, I could be my own boss and I could be in control of my own time and my own life, that got me. And you know, the pictures that you can see in front of you, I could have put pictures on here that, you know, showed the numerous 5-star vacations that we've qualified for with the company, or, you know, us on a beach, or the lovely house that we've got, or anything like that. But I wanted to share these pictures with you because the one thing that this opportunity has given me more than anything is time and choice. It's given me the time and the choice to spend it how I want, where I want, with who I want. My daughter's at university. I get to go down there into Lincoln. She's 3 hours away from me whenever I choose. I don't have to think about, I can only go on a weekend when someone else will allow me. I took a little bit of time off with her over Christmas and we went to see some West End shows. You know, you can see here that picture of me on the farm with the sheep. That's one of our customers, Megan. And I'd mentioned to her that we got chatting about a farm, and I'd mentioned to her I'd always wanted to, like, if I ever won the lottery or whatever it might be, I'd love to spend time on a farm. And she invited me to spend the day with her on a farm. You know, you can see some of the pictures there with the team. I've got 2 stinking spaniels, and I would never, ever be able to have those 2 dogs or have adopted those dogs if I was still working 50 to 60 hour weeks in a corporate company. My nana, as I mentioned, who lives with us, she has dementia, and I was able last year to take her on a cruise. Didn't have to ask for time off, and we were able to just choose when we wanted to go with the best deals. And something happened on that trip that money just can't buy. While we were on the flight and we were heading out to it, her childhood friend was sat about 4 rows behind us, and she got to spend time on that cruise with her childhood friend. So it's all of these things that it's just made the most for me. Like, I just love it. I wake up every day. I get up early, don't get me wrong, and I do work, but I get to choose with who I work, where I work, how I work. And the opportunity and my income is averaging, you know, from when I started, guys, over the average UK full-time income every single month, and I'm forever grateful for that. So your options. You can choose one of the 4 options that I'm about to put on here. You can A, stay as a happy customer, and we will love you for that. You can B, you can look to increase your discount. You can C, look at being maybe a part-time income, or maybe you can see what Sue's seen and what I've seen there, which is moving into more of a full-time income. You might not have all the answers right now, but the thing to do is to speak back to the person that invited you to this call tonight and let them know whether you are an A, a B, a C, or a D, and they will show you your next steps. But thanks very much, everyone, and have a lovely evening.